the second time this season and hoping to use that firepower as their #3 overall pick in 20. Griner and Aaliyah Boston, and Aaliyah Boston said, you got it, as Atlanta will start off with the rock.
Aaliyah knows she got to save her energy this game. This team works her.
Aaliyah Boston only had 4 points against Atlanta in game 2. The last time they saw each other, a short shot clock right away in the first attempt. JC off the deck, trying to put it up and short.
One of those are going to fall. She went 0 for 7 last game in her first game back in a Dream uniform, but she's got to wear off some of that rust.
Natasha Howard drains that one in. She can do it all.
Howard had 26 points in what she can do, especially inside of the paint.
The 3-time WNBA champion, 2019 Defensive Player of the Year, finding a new home, the 1-year deal she signed as a free agent out of Dallas. Brittany Griner off back iron, so Atlanta still over.
Griner seeing that double team as she tried to turn over her left shoulder, did a good job of not allowing the defense to take it away.
Bree Jones with the assignment of Natasha Howard, Brittany Griner on Aaliyah Boston. Howard on Lexi Hull, and the block right away.
Excellent defense by Howard. She got sucked in, baseline, didn't cut it off by Hull, but was there defending with the block.
Ryan Howard has had to wear many hats in the absence of Jordan Canada. She's actually leading the team in assists. The dish underneath to Bree Jones, no good.
And Bree Jones pokes it away from behind on Lexi Hull, so gets the possession back.
First turnover for Indiana, long 3. Off the mark for Alicia Gray in points, averaging at 20 points. And you can see very early on
who's seen Aaliyah Boston. They've just been going at it. They've taken it personal.
Gentle reminder, Brittany Griner actually fouled out of the game against the Indiana Fever when they were at State Farm. A lot of contact at the top of the key. Aaliyah Boston taking some time to gather herself.
A little bit of a well, the good thing is when they did win against this team, it was also a game that they did most of it without Griner on the floor, but you still want to have your best post out there in these big-time games.
Aaliyah Boston off from the 3. She's already hit 1 on the season as Bree Jones puts Atlanta on the board.
And I stand corrected, one of you is also one of the best posts on this team, and she also plays at the pace that the Dream want to play at.
Talk about pace, you can't forget about Kelsey Mitchell.
Smesko telling us before the game that she's so quick and can shoot.
Woo, wait a minute now, Tab. Behind the back, behind Jordan Canada. I thought we were going to see something on the highlight reel. Great. Pulls up, drains it, bottom of the net. Atlanta ties it at 4.
It'll still make the reel just because of that play right there.
So positive play for Atlanta. Good to see Jordan Canada back on the floor. Coach talked about the rhythm in which he's expecting her to play. Bree Jones tried to poke away, forces Aaliyah Boston to pick it up, and another turnover for Indiana.
Atlanta's hands are just all over the place. And a good give and go there, but Naz Hillman couldn't complete it at the rim.
Looks like Natasha Howard may have gotten a hand on it. Again, look at the battle underneath, and Aaliyah Boston really forcing the matter on the inside against Atlanta.
And she just puts it up and knocks it down.
Off the deck, Kelsey Mitchell finds Aaliyah Boston, pulls up. How about the uptick in productivity from Allure games? Indiana playing their 5th game without Caitlin Clark. They were on a 3-game skid, have won their last 2 and are 2-2 without Caitlin Clark on the floor. Woo. A lot of contact underneath on the putback for Alicia Gray. She'll get 2 at the charity stripe.
I'll tell you this much, them ponytails be saving skull.
82% from the free throw line this season. Rolls that one in just behind Tahina Paopao. Taking a look at Tahina Paopao, the rookie out of South Carolina, also won a title at South Carolina. Got a couple of South Carolina, the Gamecocks, and the amount of titles on the floor for them tonight is pretty good.
And we also have their fan base too. I mean, whenever one of the South Carolina products scores, we hear half the arena.
Sid Colson pulls up, and that's her shot. Sydney Colson That's how she got on the...
Excuse me, doesn't mean she can't play. Just stepping into the starting lineup and producing.
In her 14th season in the W right away, Brianna Jones with the deep seal and score. Aaliyah Boston actually had a really nice screen to clear things out for Kelsey Mitchell.
Absolutely. Kelsey Mitchell was just smart with her read right there.
Naz Hillman lined it up, couldn't knock it down. She has extended her range this season, couldn't connect on that one.
Notice how the defense came out to have to defend her at the three-point line. They can't just sag off and help in the lane and clog it up anymore.
In the previous 3 seasons for Naz Hillman, she made 1 3. She's already made 6 this year.
Last game had a career high of 2. You got to respect her and play her from that three-point line.
Howard on Howard, and the bump and the basket for number 10.
You could see it in Natasha Howard's eyes as she landed and tried to keep her hands behind her.
Briefly for the Indiana Fever, had to make sure that the clock was right. Officials for today, Roy Gobian, Sierra Cruz, and Kevin Fahey. 10 on the shot clock, Erin McDonald in the game. The up and under on Te-Hina Paopao, and right away like lightning.
Such a pro, just the consummate pro. Steph White talking to us about how she was ready when they called her up on that hardship contract, and she's just the ultimate professional. She works hard.
Brittany Griner back in the game with the 2 fouls going at Damaris Dantas, who also spent some time in Atlanta, holding her lip as well.
To see BG back in the game. Those were 2 quick fouls that were tic-tac fouls. We've talked about that in the past, how she can't pick those up. I like how Carl Smesko and his coaching staff are allowing her to kind of redeem herself in this first quarter.
Kelsey Mitchell dancing up top, strong on the attempt. Neither team has scored consecutive baskets in this game. It has gone back and forth. Indiana with a 1-point advantage with 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Bounce pass broken up by Indiana. That's the first turnover for Atlanta, as DeWanna Bonner also in the game for the Indiana Fever. Dantas up top. So back-to-back looks for Indiana from outside. Same spot, same results. Te-Hina Paopao might have caught Brittany Griner off guard and still gets the bucket to fall.
Brittany Griner had something to say about it after.
Stat says Atlanta does have the 1-point advantage. They do so just shooting 36% from the field and have yet to knock down a 3.
I will say this, both of these teams make each other play ugly. I think for both of these teams to be 3-point shooting teams, they both are also good at defending the 3-point line, and all 3 times that they played each other, the 3-point percentages have been horrendous.
Kelsey Mitchell couldn't connect right away. Nia Coffey skying in for her first rebound. Atlanta looking to build on this 5-0 run. Ryan Howard already on the board. She's sitting at 2. Gray going at Hull with back to the left. Gray for greatness on that one. She'll get in game as these two have split the first 2 meetings. But with Sophie Cunningham coming off of the bench, she had a quick 9 points in her first game back and was a tear for Atlanta, who really didn't have a response to scoring at the right time. Brittany Griner with the deflection over Aaliyah Boston. That gets Atlanta the ball back. Ryan Howard still trying to set up the offense.
I know that block felt good for BG because her and Aaliyah have been going at it, okay? Not just this game, all 3.
If it's one thing that Brittany Griner can do very well, it's block shots. She had 11 in a game in her career.
That's crazy. 11, sheesh.
Holds the W record for it. 10 on the shot clock, more movement for Indiana. Aerie repositions from 3, drains her second one of the night.
And that's the pressure that McDonald, so Aerie McDonald, who are quick on the bounce, as well as putting up their shot.
We're tied at 22. Jordan Canada dropped Lexi Hull, looking for space, found it, and there's the bucket. Jordan Canada with her first points.
Do it in a nice fashion and a flashy style. That was a beautiful move. She'll miss the easy 2 at the rim, but she'll make that difficult shot.
I will say this, Tabitha, we're okay with her making the ones at the rim as well.
I am so okay with that.
Natasha Howard, the floater no good. Ryan Howard comes down with another rebound. Nas didn't like the look. Jordan Canada, can't she do it again? And couldn't connect from three.
That's okay because she already saw the bottom of the net. She saw the ball go through. So now that pressure of making your first shot of the season is gone. And now you can just play.
Right, and to your point, Tab, for Atlanta in their offense, it's mostly what can they do for everyone being a threat. That is the right shot to take. So the standard is going to be set. Where's the bar?
Girl, that knee would have buckled on that step through.
5 on the shot clock. Aaliyah Boston going against Bree Jones. The dig in by Jordan Canada. How about that look? Aaliyah Boston is just relentless for Aaliyah Boston. Have 3 starters now with 4. Leading the way, though, Erie McDonald with 9 off the bench.
Her first 2 seasons, that shot might have been an errant shot, might have been wild, but you can see how she settled in her 4th season, just commanding the attention in the post.
Gray going at Mitchell, found space and dribbles that one right on in.
Kelsey Mitchell saying that Gray hooked her.
Alisha Gray may be soft-spoken and may look nice, but she is lethal on the floor as back-to-back buckets for AB.
Smart move by Boston not to even go into any of the contact.
So Aaliyah Boston again was trying to
pass looked really good from DeWanna Bonner to Boston.
On that previous series, Aaliyah Boston picked up her 2nd foul. JC again short on the 3. Atlanta still over from outside. They've missed 5. Natasha Howard draws the foul on Ryan Howard. That will be her first.
And Howard is having some words for the refs saying that Natasha Howard, that is, kind of went wild when she went up. That could be some acting or it could be some contact.
Checking in for your dream, number 32. Yes.
Atlanta over the summer, picking up 3 players. Brittany Griner and Bree Jones being 2 others that have been brought in, and that was a big splash for Atlanta to understand the assignment of what they needed from a season ago, and especially being dropped out for New York with a lot of hype, the reigning champs, but also seeing Dallas and a lot of the interior front court length that they had to go against, and they were able to get really big pieces. Bree Jones send it out. Gray thought she shot it.
Yeah, it was a little late, but credit the defense by the Fever because they brought that double team to B. Jones. When she turned, she immediately...
You got to credit Indiana as well, holding Atlanta, who is in the top 5 in threes made in the league, to over. They're shooting 36% from the floor at one point. Indiana up by 1. Dantas couldn't connect. DeWanna Bonner couldn't corral that in. It will go out of bounds, and it will go to Atlanta.
And defensively, that's what India to their 3-point defense. Their top 3 get 3-point defensive percentage, attempts, and makes. So we're going to see if the Dreams
added when I passed off. 9 times out of 10, she's going to finish it every single time, no matter who it might be.
Pretty accurate, Autumn, seeing that she is shooting close to 50% from the field. You mentioned her career high she's seeing. She's been on a tear and also getting the Eastern Conference Player of the Month to end out May as well with her bestie and Asia Wilson on the other side, Western Conference.
The other side of the rim and creates that contact. Dantas had no choice but to foul her.
That'll be Dantas' 2nd foul as 1 more on the way. Lexi Hull checks in for Indiana.
And not so long ago, we saw her go to the locker room. I don't think anything was going on with her. Didn't see any new braces or anything. Maybe it was just a potty break.
Just a little reset, that's all. Tied at 27. Atlanta have the advantage after the first quarter. It's been a very tight series so far between Indiana and Atlanta. Mia Coffey and Brittany Griner will check in at the next dead ball for the Dream. Gray sticks it in, got the cookie jar. Add the milk. She gets it to go. Another bucket for AG.
She could sense blood in the water when Dantas fumbled that first pass. And what did she do? She went for it without fouling.
Alicia Gray in double figures with 11. Just adding Atlanta's third field goal in the paint. Kelsey Mitchell couldn't connect on the take.
Yeah.
Slow to get off the floor.
I like the no call, though, because Mitchell was out of control and also had a hook on Gray.
Bree Jones able to go against her former teammate, and DeWanna Bonner underneath. She's been pretty good.
Making a case for MVP early in the season.
Just one of the two teams still undefeated, ironically, along with the New York Liberty. Those are the final two teams, or the teams that were in the finals a season ago.
Yeah. But back to Atlanta, Ryan Howard was that third line of defense, and she picked up the foul. So BG having to stay on the floor, needing to stay on the floor to protect her teammates behind her.
So that'll be the second foul on Ryan Howard. Brittany Griner also has two. No others have more than one for Atlanta. On the other side, Aaliyah. There's Dantas, who is on the bench right now, also with two. 4 minutes left in the first half. Ryan Howard out top has grown really comfortable in that point guard position.
Yeah, Carl Smesco told us that we were going to see her at point guard for the foreseeable future.
Stripped away, DeWanna Bonner held up Ryan Howard. That's the fourth turnover for Atlanta. Ari McDonald, who has already knocked down 2 threes off the bench.
And that's the length of Brittany Griner. She's going to force you to take those wild shots, and you can see the fatigue setting in on Aaliyah Boston. The post for Atlanta just wearing her down and making her work.
And the efficiency dropping for Indiana as well, as that sails out of bounds. Alicia Gray